Welcome back. We're still with the Comptroller General of the Nigeria Immigration Service, Mr. Babandede. Thank you for joining us once again.
Thank you.
Well, we left off with the issue of borders, how porous this is and how you're trying to manage this. But let's move into weapon smuggling, the coming in and out of small and light weapons by individuals. And of course, this is some challenge. How are you going about this to curb?
Well, we are not directly involved, but we can participate with our colleagues. As you are aware, Nigeria is doing a lot in small arms and light weapons. You can't blame Nigeria with the threat that has happened in the northern part of Africa. You are aware of the collapse of Libya has brought a lot of consequences to the sub-Saharan Africa. A lot of weapons have found their way down south. Government is doing a lot. It's not within my responsibility, but our men have been directed, if they come across such incidents, to report to the appropriate authority. But I know government is doing a lot of patrol, a lot of mopping up in the system. What is important is for government to invest more in control after entry. I know a lot of small arms and light weapons are in the hands of criminal network group. The Presidential Committee on Firearms, I know, is doing a lot to develop strategy on how to withdraw these arms from individuals so that right citizens, good citizens, could live in peace, or should be able also to have the arm. Because people argue, say, look, I should be able to have arms to defend myself if criminals will continue to have arms. But this is not within my control. In our system, we have to do something, because arms also get away from the hands of law enforcement. If law enforcement cannot train officers very well, cannot do like the tests, we want to do drug tests, character analysis of officers, the officers will sell the arms or borrow arms to criminal groups. There could be possibility of a lot of arms being used from law enforcement to commit crime. That's why we want to insist on drug tests. We want to do security tests on individuals. We have improved the way we keep our armory. We make sure officers selected to deal with arms are honest and responsible people. Last month, the United Nations Office on Arms visited us and have given some recommendation to us on how to improve the way we keep arms. Arms from law enforcement, if not well kept, could be used against the citizens.
So if you say you don't have sufficient equipment and workers to work, how again do you manage human trafficking?
It's small does not mean we cannot act. We're around 23,000 in number. The number is inadequate.
23,000?
It's in men and officers are men, yes, officers are men, yes. It's a small number. We have responsibility beside the borders. We are in missions abroad. We issue visas. We also contribute to the war against terror in JTF. In the last 3 weeks, we have changed a new team of our JTF. 220 officers have returned to Maiduguri to work in the JTF. The number is very small. But what can we do? We have to manage with the little resources we have. Leadership is managing constraint. It's not looking for more. Work with the little you have. Do it well. You can have the opportunity to get better in the future.
How would you do that?
We
don't have enough men across.
We have to manage with the little we have. For example, in the future, patrol may not be the number of men, maybe technology. We don't have to physically patrol the borders. If we have technology where we can do electronic surveillance, we use unmanned vehicles, the drone, to get information. With good communication, you can move your men from one point to another because of that technology, instead of you to do it manually. So the number of men could be at least supported with a good technology. Is the technology we're looking for in addition with the men. I think we can do better. The government is with us.
Now, recently, over 200 people were deported from Libya. This is in addition, really, to the 162 that we had some months back. What are you really doing about this?
Libya is a route.
Okay.
When Nigerians decide to move out of Nigeria to Europe, most of them economic migrant. They either go through Mali, they go through Libya or Tunisia to the north coast of West Africa and cross to Europe. The deportation from Libya has been going for almost 10 years. It has been going on even during Gaddafi. Yes. But now the Nigerians need to return. Unlike before, they want to return. They cannot continue their journey because Libya is in crisis. Migrants are in serious crisis. You can fall into conflict. It is in the interest of the migrant to return. This is not deportation for punishment. This is deportation to save Nigerians. I think Nigeria is doing everything to save their citizens who have been caught in conflict during migration. It is good for Nigeria to come back home in that circumstances.
Well, thank you for your thoughts and your time on Dateline Abuja. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Well, thank you for your mails as always. I'll take this one from Brendan, who wrote in from London. It says, I think the idea to set up the Victim Support Fund is commendable, but I suggest the fund should also be used to assist victims of herdsmen attacks across the country. The use of direct labor will exacerbate the perception of misuse of funds, as it's highly unlikely that comprehensive and accurate records of every project undertaken will be kept to promote accountability. It's not just enough to mention the names of prominent personalities on the board as a measure of the degree of accountability. Well, Brandon was commenting on the interview I had last week with the executive director of the Victims Support Fund. Well, thank you so much for writing in. Well, that's so much we can take this week. Keep sending in your views and comments using the address and Twitter handle on your screen. You can let us know anything also happening within your locality. Now, don't you forget, you can view the program on youtube.com/channelsweb/videos. Also drop any of your comments after watching the videos. Include your name and location as you write. Thank you for watching this week. I'm Gloria Umezike. See you again.